All right. Hey, it's JT, Rubber City Motoring here. In the Impala, kind of got a few things going on if you've been following along. I just went through and did some rattle trapping or dynamat, whatever you want to call it, in here. Let me show you. All right, so I'm not a pro at this by any means, but so out front I used some dynamat, and it was just more like a foam, sticky foam stuff, and I kind of put that up there. And then I started reading a little more, and you're supposed to actually, if you do it right, put this shiny stuff down first, which is like a heat barrier slash insulator slash whatever. Then you put the foam stuff on top. So I decided to do the back, where I feel like the back tires, the exhaust, the drive shaft, you hear some NVH and different things. I did that with this stuff, and this is how it comes. It's just a big sheet. Gosh, I forget what this even costs. Enough to do the whole floor inside was like 50 bucks, maybe, something in that range. I'll put a link below. So that's the rattle trap stuff. Then on top of there, I'm putting the foam stuff that I put up front. So to recap, dynamat, two types, technically three types, just based on what I have on the floor. I didn't do the doors or anything. I'm just not in the mood to tear those apart. I can't imagine a car that you do everything though. It's probably crazy different. So much work though. I can't even imagine. Just doing the floor has taken me, I'd say, 2 to 3 hours overall, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's taken some time, just cutting and effort and things like that. And then we have the new carpet, which, if you kind of excuse my mess here, here's the old versus the new. The new is underneath in a black right there. The old factory stuff is on top, and then I just got floor mats, which I just set there to make sure they kind of were the right things. But what I did was the new stuff doesn't have any holes in it like this stuff, so if you can see in there, I kind of took some chalk and made lines on the black stuff, so I have a rough idea where it has to be cut out. You can see they made it a little bit longer in different areas, so once I get this in there, then we'll kind of see what's what. So what I'm going to do is snap cut here to the rest of the dynamat in there, and then we'll do another cut to the carpet installation. Got a lot of stuff coming to this interior. I think it's going to be a lot nicer, a little bit more comfortable. If you notice back here, the seat's gone. That's off to get reworked. My driver's seat and shifter and center console armrest is getting leather recovered as well. So all right, snap cut here. All right, and just like that, the dynamat job is done. Now I keep saying dynamat. It's kind of like the tissue Kleenex analogy. The only dynamat I used was the stuff up front. The back is rattle trap and something else. I'll put links down below to the stuff I bought so you can kind of see. And yeah, you know, I'm not a pro at this, but I feel like anything is better than what was here before. So once again, up front is just like a foam with a pre-done sticky back. That's called Dynaliner. The shiny stuff, which is kind of barely poking through, that is rattle trap. That's more like a, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's heavier. It's not that thick, but it's more just like a dampener slash, I don't even know. It's pretty sticky though, and you just cut it to fit. It's got like a foil shiny back for heat and cold and that sort of stuff. And then on top of that is a similar version to the stuff up front here, but just a different brand. You can almost see the different colors there. So yeah, now just got to cut the new carpet and get it in here and see how that fits. So not too shabby though. Fully floor dynamated, insulated, whatever you want to call it. So it's been like, gosh, since all that footage was shot, me tearing this whole thing apart, I want to say that was like February-ish, January. So, I mean, it's been like a solid 8 months, 7 months since I shot that. So I wanted to show you the finished product finally. Honestly, a lot's been going on with this car. When I say a lot, things that like took my focus off of filming this recap of the interior. But for the most part, I am pretty much done with the interior, other than a few odds and ends, which I'll explain. So here we go, show you the finished product and kind of the overall look of this car. So if you followed along before, the Details double din kit with a Pioneer app radio, I'll put a link to that radio below. The Details kit that I bought was from Sean there. It was a full-on lower dash assembly, and you can even see the slight color variation from here to here, which honestly I'm not too picky with that sort of thing. A couple other things I've done in here: I have a switch for the antenna, and I put a USB port, HDMI port right there. That was one of the best places I could think to do it. A couple other things I did was the I'm sorry, I'm going blank here. The odometer fix. The odometer was faded when I got the car, so I did that fix and got that going. Finally, up here is the little mic for the radio. All right, on to the good stuff that happened, we'll say this winter now, because all that's kind of old news. And up here, Valentine 1 radar detector with basically, I forget the brand. I think it's a blend mount. I do need to hardwire. This looks horrible and I hate the wire. Basically, you run it along the ceiling here and then you tuck it all in. All right, so from the Impala SS forum, everybody's friend Adrian did this guy. A little bit dirty in here, apologize. Recovered my shifter handle here with the baseball stitching. And he also did the center armrest right there with the stitching there. Pretty slick looking, nice little detail upgrade touch. All right, if I go over here to my doors, I have, which there's another video on my site with that, the billet metal, whatever you want to call them, armrest pulls from Raspot, and I didn't get anything engraved on them. I just wanted them black. All right, let me step out here. Okay, floor mats, obviously, these are the ones from eBay. They are shaped kind of funny, we'll say, and they sort of fit well. I have found, though, that they move very easily. So, like, this one just slides all the way up past the gas pedal, so I need to secure them. That backing there, the rubber nubs aren't really good enough. Going down, on the way down, black carpet from Street Trends. Now, they shipped this set. I will say I had trouble with them on another order and also getting a refund. So Street Trends had to have a claim filed against them from my wife who ordered it. And then my mom, surprisingly, didn't know about that, ordered a kit, and that one came. So either way, I got black carpet from Street Trends. I guess 50% odds I got it, whatever. If you can see that little switch there, that is a fan control switch, and my foot does not hit it when I leave, even though I thought it would. I kind of measured, checked, and I don't bump into that, but I flip it, my fans kick on. So pretty solid there. Underneath the carpet, I have 2 layers of insulation. I have a heat insulator and a sound insulator. That's kind of, you see before this all happened, I kind of did that to make it quieter in here. It may be a smidge. I didn't notice a whole lot of difference. I didn't also do a decibel check, but that stuff's all over the place. And this carpeting from Street Trends isn't the what do they call it, the mass back or whatever. When comparing it to the factory carpet, it had probably maybe 75% of the insulation the factory carpet had on it. So you lose a little bit of that. And I added a little bit with the new sound deadener. Links below to that sound deadener. All right, to the good stuff here. The seats. Driver's seat was the only one that's really been used in this car, so I took it over to Spotlight Customs in Akron. What he did was upgraded my bolstering here and here. Redid pretty much everything is redone except the headrest. Now I'm gonna drive it by. He was saying you can steam some of these wrinkles out here that sort of appeared from
usage and stuff. But overall, I am super impressed with the seat. And from this light, you can almost tell, I mean, it's gray as gray, but one shade, different shade on the armrest, different shade on that seat. And you can even see that looks darker on video compared to this, but it's not as bad with the naked eye. Overall though, I am digging the driver's seat. Hit him up, Sean at Spotlight Customs, if you want this done to your seat. He really custom did the bottom foam for me, and basically built up these bolsters on the sides. And when you compare it to over there, like that to that, so much better. And these are the bolsters that count up here on the side. So he kept the foam up top, new foam on bottom, built from scratch. And yeah. And a while ago, somehow, divine intervention, my dad bought a new seat belt when he owned the car, replaced it with a GM seat belt. All right, we're getting there. Back floor mat, obviously, and black carpet. I do have seat covers on the back just because my daughter, you can see the car seat here, just because I'm kind of being paranoid. But overall, you know, that's pretty much it. All right, let me tell you what I want to do next. So as I said, it's pretty much, you know, the term major combat operations are done on the interior. Everybody asks, are you going to do the passenger seat? I don't know, honestly, as if you've been following this project, you know, I bought this car from my dad. He bought this car new in '96. I was there for it, rode in this, you know, here and there, but he was the only driver in this car for the most part. So, like, all the seats, I mean, even look at this passenger seat. It has 185,000 miles on it, but I'll bet you it's only been sat in for 5,000 miles. So it's like new. And even over here, you look at like all the switches, nothing's faded. So I mean, there's not a lot. All the stuff I did almost was like unnecessary. The driver's seat, I'd say, needed it just from him sitting on it, and the shifter needed it. But I mean, even look at the steering wheel. I see all the sweet steering wheel wraps, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't need it. It's in really nice shape. Everything's pretty good. Got a couple, you know, words wearing off over there on the switches, but nothing too crazy. The radio was just a needed upgrade, but like I said, I want to hardwire the radar detector. I would like to do some type of gauge over here, like an interceptor gauge or something. I got to kind of research that. And there's one other thing. I wanted to kind of screw with maybe some more LEDs just for fun. But I mean, other than that, that's about it. I did do some various LEDs in here, which really helped a lot at night. But yeah, it's a comfy big car, and it definitely serves the purpose exactly what you want it to. Just cruise down the road, drive, and you know, just it's not a race car, but at the same time, it'll run pretty darn good. So, dash cover. Everybody always asks about these. These you can just get from Amazon, J.C. Whitney. They just protect it from the sun. That's the only reason I do them on all my cars. But I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just a little extra, nothing crazy expensive or anything. So I did do down here, which it's hidden now, and I did a quick video on the fuel gauge calibrator. Adjusted that so the gauge is dialed in, and also the door pull savers are in there. Oh yes, last thing, then I'll let you go here because I'm rambling. If you ever hear this noise in your car, that is the rubber on plastic of the armrest there on the side. I have this grand scheme to, I bought some sticky felt, like you'd put on the bottom of furniture for like a tile floor or something. I'm going to take off the armrest there, the pull, whatever you want to call that piece, cover the plastic that's hidden in the felt. So hopefully, if this does move, it'll just be much more silent. So, going to give that a shot here. But overall, the car's running pretty good. I do have a pretty, I don't want to say epic, but you know, it's going to be a video of me actually driving the car, hearing it run. I'm going to mount I got the camera mounted on the back so you can hear the exhaust note of the 383, the whole deal. So it's coming. just been working through little bugs. I really want a good video to put out there of at least it running good. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Rubber City Motoring, Impala project, interior overview, done. See you later.